Hi, my name is Lynn Wamimbi from Uganda Revenue Authority in the Customs Department under the Electronic Single Window. The Electronic Single Window is a global perspective that helps traders in facilitating them to submit their electronic regulatory documents like licenses, permits, or certificates under a single access point. One of the certificates that today we are going to apply for is called the Pre-Export Verification of Conformity Certificate, commonly known as PVoC. PVoC is an inspection verification program carried out on goods from the country of export by appointed inspection agents. And this is implemented by the Uganda National Bureau of Standards. In Uganda, the appointed service providers for general goods are three, and that is TUV Rainland, SGS and Intertek. These will offer a certificate of conformity once goods are inspected. For vehicles, the appointed service providers to carry out inspection on your vehicles are two, that is EAA Japan and QISJ. These, after inspection, will offer you a certificate of roadworthiness. So today you can be able to apply for your COC or CRW from the comfort of your home on the Uganda Electronic Single Window. To access the Uganda Electronic Single Window, you will type the URL in your search engine, that is singlewindow.go.ug. Click on Get Started to access the Single Transactions portal. At the Single Transactions portal, you will be required to have login credentials. But if you do not have login credentials, kindly sign up. The sign up page will require you to have your username and to also select the role of the applicant as a role for you to be able to access the Pre-Export Verification of Conformity Certificate module on the single window. When you're done filling in all the necessary details, kindly click on Register. Now that you have your login credentials, kindly fill in your username and password to access the Single Transactions portal homepage. After logging in, you will be directed to a page that contains your notification area. On the left is your menu pane. Your menu pane has your profile and also access to the various MDAs which will require you to access either a permit or a license. So we'll just go straight to the PVoC tab. Under the application, one is just by registering using the normal form, or you can use the bulk upload feature. Let us use the registration option. You will click on Register, and this will direct you to a page called the Identification page. The Identification page contains details that have been populated from your team through eTax, but you will be required to just have your contact name and your contact email. Fill in those details for you to go to the next page. That is the Identification page. The next page is the Application details. The application details contains details of your application. You will be required to fill in a user reference. A user reference is just a naming system of how you organize your files in your office. For example, mine, and then I will select I'm an importer, then go to the tab for PVoC application details, where you will have to choose whether you are doing a pre-export verification or destination inspection. This time we are doing a PVoC, a pre-export verification. Then we shall select our service provider, and we are doing general goods, so I'll choose Intertek, and that is the category of general goods. We are done with the application details. Next is the details of our consignment. Where is our consignment coming from? You will choose from a drop-down menu which has the country of export, and choose the port of destination, Kemba, which is in Mombasa. Then you need an invoice number. The next tab is the trader details. The threaded details has the importer information and also the exporter information, which will be required to fill in. The next tab is your consignment details. Fill in the application items as they appear on your invoice. You can choose the commodity code still from the drop down arrow. If you do not have the HS code, for example, I can just type in shoes and then I'll get the HS code. I'll click it and then the commercial description, leather shoes, the number of packaging, say for example dozens or packets or pieces, the quantity of shoes that you're having. You will choose it from the drop down menu, that is dozens. And when I'm done filling in the first application item, I say add item. If I want to add some other item, I can still go back, fill in the commodity code if I have it. If I do not have it, I just click on the selected one under the drop down, describe the goods, if it's plastic or its nature, again in dozens, and then I will select add new item. You can add as many items and you can also be able to edit any item. The next tab is the attachment field. You can attach any file that you're required to attach while making this application. So for example, your invoice, your commercial invoice, your pro forma invoice, and then when you're done, you can be able to register or submit. When you register the application, that means that you are saving this application so that when you come back and you have probably forgotten to fill in some information, you can go back to this application and be able to edit that information and then submit it. So I need to find this application and then submit it. I'll still come back to under PVoC, click on find and click on find. Our application is here because of the user reference. It is under the registered status. It's under the registered status. As I told you, this is your notification area. All documents that require your action will appear in your notification status. So this is our application VK01. I will come to it under the action tab, click on these three dots and then select manage. I will be able to change any information that I feel that was not right while I was editing it the first time. So for example, there were not 20 packages, but there were 25. And they were sport shoes. I will edit the information and then save it again. As you can see, the information has now changed. And if I am now very satisfied with all the information that I've inserted in this application, I'll then submit registered. It will bring for me a prompt whether I am very sure that I would like to submit this information, and I will say yes. Yes. When you do that, when you refresh, your application will have changed its status from registered to submitted, as you can see here. At this point, your application has been submitted to your service provider, who will make the necessary inspection to the items that you have inserted, and then will issue you with a certificate of conformity, since you applied for a general goods certificate. After your service provider has finished making the necessary inspections, you will log into your account under PVoC, select certificate, and then find. Your certificate will appear on your dashboard. So for example, these are some of the certificates that I have applied for under my login. And so if I want to view my certificate, I will just come under the action button, click view, and there you are. You have received your PVoC certificate. I hope this video has been helpful to you. In the next video, we shall see how to apply for a PVoC certificate using the bulk upload feature. Kindly subscribe to our URA channel, URA TV, for any tax-related content.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.